This video was supposed to be titled Plotting an Entire Webtoon Series in 24 Hours. Why 24 hours? Well, I've been dragging my feet a little bit, and as a society, we are obsessing over speed. Reading for 24 hours straight. How I made 180k in 2 hours from one digital product. How I plotted a book in 1 day. I wrote an entire book in 30 days. Amazing. If you're a type A person like me, you are most likely getting these exact types of recommendation. Because heck, I also want in on the secret. If I could learn from you how to accomplish a lot in a very short amount of time, then surely I would be wealthy in many ways. However, up until very recently, I learned that this very narrative would cause me a lot more harm than good. Hiya, my name is Jess. I am a writer and artist creating a webtoon from scratch to avoid seasonal depression. And it's working. If you enjoy watching a project come to life from start to finish, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I do have to tell you right now, it is not laziness, okay? I have been taking action every single day. I just don't seem to have this urge that is portrayed online, like this urge to lock in. That is the new buzzword these days. Before it was hustle, now it's lock in. I just don't have this urge to lock in and do things rapidly. Maybe if I had an agent nagging at me, keeping me accountable with my deadlines, maybe then, or maybe if I had a child. Definitely, if I had a child, I would adopt a more aggressive way of going about things for their own sake. But I have neither one of those things. Maybe rather than urgency, what I need is competition. Perhaps if I was enrolled in a competitive writer's bootcamp, having to share my work in front of my peers, yikes, then I would be writing like no tomorrow. In that scenario, I think I would pull off all-nighters just to try and dominate the competition. At least for the first assignment. Then I would be begging the dean or the bootcamp coordinator to get my money back. I may not be enrolled in a competitive writers program, but I do have a fabulous option that gives me the same sense of momentum and structure. Plus, it allows me to go at my own pace and comes without the pressure of having face-to-face feedback. This video is in collaboration with Reedsy Learning. Reedsy Learning runs live online Monday masterclasses tailored to help writers improve their craft and make smarter publishing decisions. Each session is led by an experienced author, editor, or other industry professional, covering topics such as character voice, narrative tension, publishing realities. Whichever craft or industry-specific topic you wish to learn and improve on, Reedsy Learning likely has a class available on their platform. Every masterclasses concludes with a live Q&A, so you're not just listening in like you would a podcast. You may browse their calendar and purchase a one-off ticket if a specific topic speaks to you. And if you find more than one session to be interesting, there is the option to purchase a yearly learning membership, which will also give you access to replays if you're ever unable to attend. If you're looking for some low-pressure accountability and dedicated writing time, they also offer free 1-hour writing sprints using the coupon code on the event page. To me, it's not so much about cramming in information, but more about the sense of direction I feel after attending. If this sounds like something you'd benefit from, I'll leave my link down in the description below. By using my code, you will get a 10% discount. Who knows, maybe I'll be seeing you on Mondays. Okay, back to what I was planning for this video. My plan was to jump on the speedwagon and get this humongous task out of the way while documenting it as well. I know that season 1 will be about breaking a curse and personal healing. Season 2 will be about true love. And I know that season 3, the fan favorites, the side characters, will get to shine. I have been working very hard on developing my main 2 characters. So the heroine, her desire is to live in solitude, be left alone. My hero wants to break a curse and is hiding a lot of stuff. My desire as a writer is for them to fall in love. So how do I get these two not only to meet, but to be intertwined? to have almost the same goal, the same mission. That requires a lot of creative juices that ChatGPT could never ever provide. And I'm hungry. Let's go have lunch. I feel a little ill at the moment.
I've got nothing to hide.
The fact that he is still in contact with her, it all just feels very wrong.
We're friends. Nothing wrong with that.
Do you think she still has feelings for you?
Potentially. And that's what makes it.
Well, that's why I find it a little inappropriate. Do you feel like you're even out of love with her?
I'll be honest with you, probably not fully.
They meet. I thought I could just force myself to do it, but imagination doesn't work that way. So you can probably guess how frustrated I felt. I had dedicated an entire day to plotting and not a single idea came to mind until I was about to go to bed. Turns out I manifest things by giving up completely. I really wished it was the opposite, because then it would fit into the narrative I've been sold all my life, that if you desire something, you have to go for it and work really, really hard to get it. So why is it that I get to relax, do nothing, and things comes to me? That's the complete opposite. It just doesn't make sense. And yet that's my reality. It sounds weird even now, saying it. Almost like I've convinced myself that it's not normal. You have to thrive for something. You have to go get it. But if I do nothing and ideas come to me, how would that work if I had a publishing deal and a strict deadline? In a lot of movies, writers are always portrayed as people who either write very last minute or ask for extensions all the time, or just disappear from the face of the earth and forget that they had commitments. They're portrayed as very irresponsible. And I don't like that, because I don't identify with someone who's irresponsible. I'm super organized. And I feel like two parts of myself are at war at the same time. I want to be organized because it makes me feel safe and in control. At the same time, when it comes to creating and imagining things in my head, the more I try to force it and dedicate time to sit down and imagine, it just doesn't work. I draw a complete blank. And I may get ideas, but they're random and do not even apply to my story. And then there's having to post on the internet. And I think instead of chasing virality through this do this quick concept, I should be giving myself grace. I just think, when did it become about views and potential sales? What happened to me creating out of curiosity and pure joy? Sure, I've got bills to pay, but sitting down and forcing myself to imagine is just not working. I have tried and tried again and failed again, and each time I feel like a complete loser when I'm not even at fault. Maybe for me, writing is about skiing or getting sushis with my mom, getting out of my home and getting out of my head, and letting go of the thoughts of, will this be good enough? Will this build a loyal audience? Will this serialize well? Will this be marketable? Is it structured correctly? Oh, that one. This year I have made one relatively easy resolution, and that is to have fun. We only have one life, and I feel Now, I know I have lived mine very seriously, and I've been hard on myself for far too long. I have made all the right moves, I guess you could say, and it only left me feeling empty. You know Spencer from Pretty Little Liars? Yeah, I am that character. Rigid and boring. Whereas I wanna strive to be Hannah, not caring at all and doing the occasional shoplifting. I'm just kidding. But me being more carefree. I'm getting chills. I have searched for my purpose for a very long time, and I often take for granted the fact that I no longer have to search for it. I have goals, and that should be enough, especially if those goals keeps me occupied enough to avoid a terrible case of winter blues. I've decided to stop trying to force an outcome, and letting go feels pretty good. I don't know who needs to hear this, but life does not have to be so darn serious. And being silly, being relaxed, not caring, being a Hannah is more difficult than it looks. You can't just change your entire personality overnight, or can you? Sometimes you just know things have to evolve, things gotta change. Also, this is not a real mic. My actual mic is behind it. This is a Konami. It's for the Wii.